and I'm going to speak in reference of chapter 5 of this book, which deals with the case of the Libyan nationals. And these Libyan businessmen who were living in the emirate legally, some of them are personal friends of mine, and I know them to be law-abiding individuals who would never commit any illegal act in a country in which they reside. And yet they were taken from in front of their families and they've disappeared. And we have had no contact with them ever since. How could such a thing happen in this world? I remember when Tony Blair said never again in reference to Saddam Hussein, would we allow such atrocities to be committed? And here we are in 2014 allowing such atrocities to be committed. Do you agree with me, to the panel, that the state of human rights abuses in the world has gotten worse rather than better? What with the advancement in technology and the internet and what have you, what with the world becoming a village, and yet when we allow or when we overlook human rights abuses in Egypt, for example, that is being committed in a wide scale and in the open and without shame, and yet we deal with the Egyptian government, why wouldn't the United Arab Emirates at the same time commit these atrocities? And yet when we allow them, we're surprised that extremism is in the increase, and groups like the IIS and Daesh and those places. I think if we do not stand up right now and do something about it, we will not only be talking about human rights abuses, we will be talking about the whole collapse of the legal system, where there is no more laws. Because I know, for example, that the Libyan people will not stand by and do nothing about their children who have been abducted by another country. We will not do nothing. And it is a shame that the world is not doing anything about it. And I think that we will pay the price sooner or later. Thank you.
There was another gentleman just to the side here.
I'm
not sure it's working. Can you stand up and speak?
We had a very loud voice. I don't know how I'm going to follow that. My name is Ahmed Swahili. I'm a Libyan psychiatrist who worked in Libya during the war, and I'm quite involved in politics currently. Just to add, I think Mr. Abdul Malik has covered it all. Just
It's for the TV.
Yeah, right. Just to add to what he said, what I'm worried about, it's not a shame about how the world is quiet. I feel it is quite frightening that the media, especially here, is not covering it. And it's not talking about it. And indeed, it's talking about some trivial things going on in parts of the world. Now, if the kidnap of such people, Libyans or otherwise, in the United Arab Emirates, happened in Libya, we'd be talking about terrorism and sanctions, and we must not deal with such people anymore. Whereas in the United Arab Emirates, all we're talking about is Formula One, and I'm a fan. We're talking about the horses. We're talking about the tennis. We're talking about the golf. You know, human rights abuses are completely not covered in the British media here, and I think they're trying to get our eyes to turn elsewhere, not because it's not certain things are happening in Libya or Egypt or elsewhere, but I think it's done with an agenda. And I really like what David Waring, he's opened my eyes to the fact, and actually he's frightened me even more by saying the words that not in spite of, but because of. I think that is very frightening.
So, and do we have a third question before we take it back to the panel? Yes, this lady.
Basically, I'm not talking, I don't have any questions, but related to the forced appearance and torture.
Can you say your name?
Oh, sorry, my name is Huda. I'm from United Arab Emirates, but I'm living in, thank you. I'm living in UK. I'm arising another problem in the United Arab Emirates, which are basically the stateless people. One of the rights that being demanded by the people who've been disappearance and tortured by the country. We don't have any rights in the country, as we don't have any access for the free education, we don't have any access for free treatment in the country, and we don't have access to work, we are not able to marry, we don't have any rights as human beings. Basically, they denied us as humans in the country, and they don't give us all our rights. And they broke a lot of the articles in the Universal Human Rights, and I know that they didn't basically sign on that. I'm here in the UK at the moment because of our case. I'm a stateless person who lived in the United Arab Emirates and went through a lot of torture, me, my mother, and my siblings. My little brother, when he was 11, he'd been raped by the security of the United Arab Emirates. My mom is 48 years old now, and she lived all of her life in the country. She is a United Emirates, Arab Emirates citizen, based originally. She doesn't have the citizenship until now. All of us, we had to go to private schools to complete our studies. They possessed our properties, they possessed our fortunes, because we don't have any rights in the country, so we can't demand our rights. They started torturing us, and they've done that to my brother after my mother basically spoke loud in the country, and well, they again denied the freedom of speech for us, and this is what is happening to Al-Islah group in the country as well. As I can see, I'm really sorry to hear all of these things that are happening in my country, and I'm really sorry that all of the things that I listened just now and I hear too are one of the things that I've been through myself, my mother, my family, my siblings, as we've been through a lot of torture, and we had to move on and come here and escape with all of the family. And I know that there are a lot of people who escaped to the UK to seek asylum and seek help and humanitarian protection in the country. I know that one day, as us, stateless people or citizens from United Arab Emirates who demanded their rights and spoke loud in the country, one day we're going to go back and we're going to fix everything that happened in the country, but with help with other organizations in different countries. Thank you.